Because when you get to maintenance, if you want to stay in nutritional ketosis, keep your carbs at or under 10%, your protein moderate 20%, you're going to have to teach yourself how, as part of your lifestyle, to eat the majority of your calories as fat. You're eating luscious food. I make salad dressings that are 70% fat and 25% either lemon juice or unsweetened vinegar, and I add flavorings to them, and people ask for the recipe when they come to my house to eat. It's safe to eat saturated fat. I showed you those data. Monounsaturates, which are, the saturates are red here. Monounsaturates are yellow. And that actually appears to be the body's preferred form of fuel when most of what it's burning is fat. And I won't get into why I believe that to be true. But the ones that I was taught in medical school, the essential fats of the omega-6 family, yes, you need about a teaspoonful of this per day total from all the things that you eat. But if you eat most of your fat from I call them the big blues here. So safflower, sunflower, corn, soybean, peanut, and cottonseed oils. Those are the ones that are high in the omega-6. They will make you feel ill. How do I know that? Because when we did the study of my bike racers, we gave them their choice of either animal fats or chicken salad and tuna salad made with soybean oil. And when they ate the soybean oil-rich diets, they all just said, yuck, I don't feel good. And they stopped eating them. And you know, bicycle racers have cast iron stomachs. A little bit of this is vital, but too much of it will make you sick. And that's similar to a lot of the fat-soluble vitamins. You know, a certain amount of vitamin D is necessary for you. A certain amount of vitamin A is necessary. But if you overdose on A or D, it's going to make you sick. And the same with these. You need to stay away from them and choose which fats you eat. Just a typical kind of meal here and snacks that one can have. A simple breakfast, just take 4 sausages. And I'm not talking about hot dogs here. Nothing here is low fat. Well, not with one exception. So just a cup of black coffee. Some people like to put a little bit of butter on top of their coffees. For lunch, 2 fistfuls of green vegetables in a salad. I will typically use 4 or 6 ounces of water-packed tuna, and this is where the one exception I make in terms of not having the high-fat version, because at least in the United States, all the tuna packed in oil is packed in soybean oil. So I get the water-packed tuna, and then I add the fat as olive oil or full-fat yogurt in making a dressing, and I don't use a tablespoon of dressing, I use half a cup of dressing. This is a way of getting in the fat. Because I've been stable now for close to 10 years on low-carb diet. My weight hasn't changed more than a few pounds, up or down. So nuts, broth is very important. I'll come back to that in a minute. You can have soft cheese and have that with vegetables. All kinds of luscious and simple snacks, and they're not expensive. Dinner can be a really luscious meal, including 4 ounces of ice cream. That's the good news. The bad news is you have to make it yourself, because nobody yet commercially makes a good-tasting, true low-carb ice cream that's full fat. And again, this is a place where it's made with heavy cream and where I get some of the fats I need to keep me satiated and stable throughout the day. The tomato bisque, I make it from tomatoes that I grow in my garden at least half the year. And I use chicken broth as the base. So I have 2 servings of broth per day. One is a snack and one usually is a soup. It's a homemade soup. And the broth is actually, it's part of the traditional diet of many Aboriginal people, including the Inuit. If they boil the meat, they drink the broth. So if I have a chicken, we roast a chicken, we eat the chicken in the usual parts. I take the carcass, put it in a pot, boil it